Most times we get distracted. We forget the fact that in the crypto market there is no solid guarantee. Volatility lives here. Crashes and choking regulations also live here. Price pumps and dips live here. Now, many investors were caught in the euphoria of the 2021 bull market and invested in crypto, including money that they could not afford to lose. Their heads were handed to them when disaster struck the market. So it's very important to take a steady approach to everything, including price predictions. So for Cardano, is a $2 forecast possible? One of the reasons why cryptocurrency makes so many headlines is due to their inherent volatility. With a single month or even a week, it's not shocking to hear that one of the major cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin has made both a new high and dropped in value by 10% or more. Flashback to 2021 when there was plenty of boom and bust periods for major cryptocurrencies, often as a result of third-party news. Even Elon Musk, the richest man in the world and the CEO of Tesla, contributed to the major movements in the cryptocurrency prices with his tweets and comments. And now crypto investors look like a bunch of fools leveraging hype and tweets from a famous personality to secure their investments. No wonder so many stakeholders are firmly against crypto. Johan van Overveld, a member of European Parliament and former Minister of Finance of Belgium, recently called for a strict ban on crypto as a result of the banking crisis that occurred in March. In a March 17th tweet, Overveld suggested lawmakers should consider banning cryptocurrencies as a lesson from the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and Silvergate Bank in the United States, referring to digital assets as speculative poison. Members of the European Parliament conceded with the suggestion, given the heart-rending effects of the crypto bank failures. If a government bans drugs, it should also ban cryptos, Overveld said. However, the Cardano founder, Charles Hoskinson, rose to the occasion and shared his take on central banks and politicians starting to blame it all on crypto for major US banks going down. He persuaded the crypto community not to fall for this and to keep a list of those anti-crypto politicians, so that when the time comes to vote at an election, they know that only crypto-friendly candidates should be elected. Hoskinson equally recommended every user to be a single-issue crypto voter. The central banks and politicians created this banking crisis and now they're blaming crypto. Don't fall for it, and keep a list to remember at the ballot box when the election time comes. Be a single-issue crypto voter, he tweeted. With the same defensive perspective, Charles Hoskinson commented on an article by CoinDesk about Johan van Overveld from the right-wing ECR political party in the EU Parliament, likening cryptocurrencies to drugs. In his opinion, this does not appear to be so. The Cardano founder has definitely made his mark a couple of times with his outspoken nature and salient details about every update. Since he is the brain behind Cardano, it is possible to think that he has all the answers, but it doesn't look like that. Cardano was birthed with distinct and astonishing strategies, yet encountered a slew of arguments and doubts. A few years ago, in an apparent swipe at Cardano, Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin told podcaster Lex Fridman that the deep academic rigor is overrated. Such projects really emphasize having these big academic proofs for everything, Buterin said on the podcast, which was uploaded to YouTube. In contrast, he added that Ethereum tends to be more okay with heuristic arguments, in part because it's trying to do things faster. Well, by heuristics, Buterin referred to problems solved with practical solutions rather than theoretically spotless formulae. This is the big difference to Cardano, in which updates must be approved by a rigorous academic committee that peer reviews each change. Charles Hoskinson presented his views about this comparison. Hoskinson claimed Cardano's design improves on Ethereum's, adding that his opinions made him unpopular with Ethereum developers when he was building the project back in 2013. A lot of people hate me in the Ethereum ecosystem. They say I'm a monster and that the only reason I got involved was because I wanted to hurt Ethereum. Hoskinson countered Buterin's choice of heuristics over deep academic rigor with a claim that researchers often miss the biggest failures. I just happen to believe the way we do things is a bit more mature and responsible, because the way that we do things results in a better assurance that the systems we build won't fail, Hoskinson said. The Cardano founder further explained that users' money and privacy are at stake if things were to go wrong. If development were rushed and adoption reached a point to where changes couldn't be introduced anymore, that might result in tragically and brutally flawed software. At the end of the day, both founders are experts in their respective fields. A conflict of strategy seems like an endless argument. Even with a system Buterin does not concede with, Cardano has been doing well, although its slowness is quite frustrating. In a Cardano update, Charles Hoskinson informed the public about the network's progress so far, and touted the efforts of its team towards decentralization as a future standard to be used in cryptocurrency sector regulation. In a video shared on May 25th, Hoskinson stressed the platform's advancement in the face of criticism, as well as updating the plans for the year, such as global workshops on Cardano Improvement Proposal CIP 1694, writing a ton of really great code with special emphasis on decentralization efforts. Most of these plans are currently inching towards fulfillment as well. Hoskinson noted, "I believe that we will actually be substantially more decentralized than all cryptocurrencies on the market, which is one of the primary goals of these types of protocols." Also, he argued that criticism is always going to be there, but in the long run, I think we're going to win because we're winning together as opposed to a particular company, a particular agenda, or a particular person. According to his perspective, there's no greater example for that than when we have our moment when we get to measure Cardano's decentralization against the rest of the cryptocurrency space, and I think it's going to be a wake-up call for all of them. With this, the Bitcoin maximalists and others might dismiss it at first as academic waste. The decentralization metrics will probably make their way into regulatory standards, and when people start saying things like sufficiently decentralized and what regulations should apply to cryptos based on their decentralization level, it will have a significant impact. Those who are more decentralized will be treated like commodities and like protocols like TCP, and those who are more centralized are going to be treated unfavorably from that perspective, he added. Then he talked about the importance of self-sovereignty as well as pushing power to the edges and putting you in control of everything as opposed to some of us, as the entire point of the cryptosphere, which has been the main driver for progress behind the Cardano project. When the SEC came for Cardano and other cryptocurrencies recently, deemed as securities, the ADA coin price cascaded to the lows, and if that wasn't enough, it also got delisted from certain exchanges. This makes investors wonder whether a $2 price point will be possible at the end of the year. New York-based derivatives exchange Bakkt delisted 3 popular altcoins, including Cardano ADA, due to the recent regulatory developments in the United States. This decision followed the lawsuits brought by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission against crypto exchanges Binance and Coinbase. Mark DiAnzuno, the general counsel secretary at Bakkt, told a news report that the company was implementing changes until there is further clarity on how to compliantly offer a more extensive list of coins. Robinhood also rolled out its announcement, stating that it will cease the trading of ADA, Matic, and Sol on June 27th. As a result, any customer who had those 3 crypto assets in their Robinhood accounts at the time of removal will have them automatically sold on the market. It would have been better for users to simply withdraw their ADA, Matic, and Sol before the delisting happened if they would rather not have those particular assets sold. However, the ability to withdraw those crypto assets was not available in every state. Although not explicitly mentioned in the announcement, this move from Robinhood also seems as a direct response to the recent SEC lawsuits against Binance and Coinbase, as the 3 crypto assets targeted for removal from the platform were referred to as unregistered securities in those complaints. However, seemingly unfazed by the lawsuit, Coinbase has announced that it will not delist any assets or discontinue its staking services. The situation regarding the SEC is not yet calm, so there is an expectation that prices could dip further. A $2 price forecast for ADA seems long-term for now. Remember, we're in the crypto market. Anything can happen, so it's safe not to completely bet the farm on Cardano just yet. So make sure you stay safe out there. But that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you click on the subscribe and notification buttons, and we'll see you in the next video.